Welcome to my channel, Clark the Realtor. Don't forget to subscribe and let's get started. What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to talk about what you need or what the lender is expecting when you go about actually filling out your application to get a pre-approval on a home loan. So, but first, before we start, first, I want to thank you guys for subscribing to the channel. If you are a current subscriber, please look and see if you're still subscribed, because YouTube has been unsubscribing people from the channel. So if you are a current subscriber, please just see if you're subscribed still. And if you are at this channel for the first time, we would love for you to join the community. This whole channel is around real estate. And so the purpose of this channel was to show house tours, also educate people in regards to real estate, and of course, tell you about different real estate scenarios. But anyway, let's kind of jump into what a lender expects when you are filling out an application for a pre-approval on a home loan. Nowadays, most lenders, what they do is they email you an electronic link for you to basically go inside and kind of fill out the application that way. So my lender, this is a few things in which she is always asking that you have up front, and what she's going to ask. And most lenders will ask these same type of questions in regards to getting a loan. First, I'm reading off my other phone here. First, you want to present W-2s and federal tax returns for the last 2 years. If you guys are currently working, you want to be able to present that, because a lender needs to know how much they can lend you based off of course, your employment. So a lot of the stuff that happens in these applications, the lenders are basically going to ask things around employment, because they need to know how much can you afford when it comes to the home loan. And also outside of that, they're going to look at other things like what type of debts do you have, because it's a debt to income ratio thing. They're going to look, of course, at your credit score. So these are different things they're going to look for. But right now we're just focusing on what you'll need as far as when you apply for the application. So the first thing is W-2s and federal tax returns for the past 2 years. The next thing is consecutive pay stubs for the past 30 days. So you want consecutive pay stubs for the past 30 days. Again, this is another thing because they are trying to verify income. A lot of this stuff, like I said up front, the lender is going to need to verify your income. They just want to make sure, one, you have a job, two, the job is sufficient, and three, pray to God that during the transaction, you guys will not quit your job either. Because I always tell people, don't ever quit your job when you are going through a real estate transaction to buy a house, because they are going to go and check that all the way to the end. So if you want to quit your job, wait until you close on the house, y'all. Don't do it in the midst of you trying to close on the house, all right? The third thing is residence and employment history for the past 2 years. So you want to be able to prove, again, employment comes up again, right? But you also want to be able to prove in regards to your residency. So most people don't realize that unless you're really cash or possibly conventional, that when you start using government-backed loans per se, you need to be able to verify that you are a resident of that particular state. They basically want to make sure the job is in the same state in which you're buying. So nowadays we have a lot of people working remotely from home. So if you can provide that documentation from your HR department, your employer, saying that we approve for X, Y, and Z to work remotely from home in another state, then you're good to go. But you can't just think you're going to have a job in Nebraska and then try to move to Georgia and say, okay, well, I'm getting paid here and I'm just trying to transition. No, you have to have that letter of employment saying, one, that you're transferring to the state, or like I said, if you are employed as a remote from work or home, just get your HR department stating that it's okay for you to work remotely from home in another state, all right? Number 4, 2 consecutive months of bank and asset statements, all pages. So again, this is another thing of the lender trying to verify income. So as you guys can see, this whole application process is about verifying income. I'm going to say it again, verifying income. They need to make sure they can verify income, all right? And number 5, of course, is a valid ID. They need to have proof that you are who you say you are. So those are 5 things when it comes to you applying for a pre-approval for a home loan. You want to have those 5 things, right? And again, like I said, they're all around verifying income. So you cannot go and try to get a home loan without having verifiable income, right? And like I said, outside of the income, as you keep going down the stage, as far as home buying stage, outside of this particular application process, they're going to get into the DTI. They're going to look at your credit. They're going to do all these things to decide as far as how much they are willing to pre-approve you for. All right. So remember, those are the 5 things you guys need when it comes to applying for a pre-approval loan through a lender or a mortgagor or the bank per se. You need those 5 things. And again, those 5 things are around verifying income. Hopefully this helps you guys. Hopefully you can understand what I'm saying, because it's kind of cold out here, y'all. So hopefully that makes sense. If you have any more questions, don't forget to reach out to me. My contact information is below. You can get my email there. You can reach out anytime you have any additional questions. If you're looking to possibly buy or sell nationwide, of course, I'm always here. I can always, again, answer any questions you guys might have. I know real estate nowadays is a little bit more difficult, y'all. We are going through a time right now. And it's kind of the reverse thing, right? We kind of went through a crazy thing in 2020, 2021, kind of a little bit in 2022. And now we are in a new market where, honestly, I'm not sure where this market is going to go, you guys. From what I'm looking at, from the data that I'm seeing, I don't like to say the market is going to crash, but there's definitely going to be a recorrection somewhere. And just because the houses are becoming unaffordable and unattainable to people who, the average, U.S. citizen that lives in certain communities, the salaries are not going up, so people cannot afford the homes. The homes are going up, but the salaries are not. I tell people, sometimes it don't make sense to sell your house at the moment. Sometimes it makes sense to wait. Sometimes it doesn't make sense to buy at the moment. Sometimes it makes sense to wait. And I know everybody gets into this whole thing of like, what they call it, FOMO per se, like the fear of missing out. But sometimes it's okay to sit on the sidelines. Sometimes it's okay to miss out, Again, if you are interested in talking more to me, my email is below. You can reach out to me, and I look forward to talking to you soon. All right, bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel.